cautious if he can. Has he got flash? He must have, yeah. If he can flash ulti in there, maybe. He doesn't want to waste the bandage toss just getting in there, because that's like a trigger that everyone goes, run! But it's more a case of catching them by surprise. Oh, hello. We have Wicked has actually made a run down towards bottom there, so he's going to clear that bottom stack out. That's... It's like it's just... We had this before. It's almost like it triggers like, okay, let's everyone just go farm for a minute, and we'll come back in. We'll come back again.
Nothing's happening here.
Get it in a sec. Yeah,
It's
nothing
farm.
to see. So surely, are they going to go for Dragon this time? No. No, they're not, because just takes a couple of members of SK to float around near it, round the creep wave, round the Baron, and everybody backs away and goes, get back to Baron, quick. So that seems to be what is happening at the moment. One man, if they had teleport, which is what they had in before, they could just go out quite happily farm, but Twisted Fate or anyone else, or with teleport, etc., which is what we had in the first game, which was SK versus...
Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs. We saw, obviously, I think it was SK. Was it Wicked with teleport? I think it might have been, or Ocelot with teleport. One of them had it, and he could teleport straight back into the fight. Meanwhile, he was just pushing lanes, pushing lanes, pushing lanes. That's kind of what they need right now, because the waves are pretty much identical. Nobody's pushing it overly, and nobody's under pushing it. Nobody's just letting it run. But it's keeping pretty level, and that ward's going to get taken out. Did he? Surely he saw the ward. The back, he just walked straight to it, but I think the rest of his team weren't there, so he's like, nope, fancy this. So SK back out, and you know, it's a case of filling while we wait for them to actually
Everyone
happen.
knows what they're planning to do. It's just a case of when it happens.
Yeah, so let's have a look at builds while we are waiting for it. So Malzahar, he's got himself an easily large rod, so he's building a Zhonya's Hourglass, I guess, at the moment. He's already got 488 AP. Now, the match we just had, which was Fnatic versus... good God, I can't even remember that. Against All Authorities, yeah. The Malzahar in that would dream of 488 AP, because he didn't have much fun at all. So, yeah, he's building up towards Zhonya's Hourglass. Are they going for it? They have started the fight. Althor is going to come in around the bottom there. Near Farfan, we don't want to be careful. I think it's more of a trap than anything, just trying to bait them in there. Xylor has actually took a bit of damage from it, and they are going to back out once again. So, back to 13k hit points. I think they were trying to see whether there was any wards really around them. There's just that one in the river. That's the only one that SK have got there now, so they have to face check it. I don't think they've got... they have, actually. Sleazy's going to go in. Sleazy's going to go put a ward down. Yep, bang. Oracle on Farfane. He's going to take down that ward, and SK move back in and clear out the wards.
Yep, here we go. The ward's actually put in exactly the same bush there. Clairvoyant's coming in. Nice barrel rolled through by Kevin. But it is Gamedde who are once again getting in a position. It's Xylor on a Mumu who does have that Oracle, and he needs to be careful he doesn't get caught out of position. He does get through back to his team, and again they're going to stand off right in this river, knowing how important this Baron is going to be. The question is, who will commit to it first? And the question is, will they commit to it today or tomorrow? We've seen some, I guess today's average game's been around about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So, you know, this has already turned into maybe one of the longer games that we've seen today. And it really is a massive standoff over quite a wide area, actually. They're holding big lines. And Brand will start to spam in there. Gragas throwing a couple of barrels in as well, just to annoy.
The problem is, as it stands like this, if they keep going back and forward like that, Gamedde have better poke, because they've obviously got Gragas. Oh, that was a beautiful silence across the whole team there. And as I mentioned, the poke, Malzahar really does a lot of damage with that. That's going to make them think twice. They're going to back away. So it was Corki and Gragas poking away there. Corki's tried to come down and force the issue, and really they're just, if you watch everything they're doing, they're purposely going for people with the Baron. Remember, Gragas will have his ulti up. They're going to try and maybe catch someone out. They bounced Sleazy out last time, so that's...
He just threw it.
Is that what he just did?
Yeah, it was actually not... I don't think it really hit anyone,
it was terrible,
to be honest.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it's didn't connect really, and SK actually might force the fight here. Farfran has actually taken Zyla. He's actually moving in there. Was he going to pop his ulti? Certainly looked like it. Misfortune ulti comes in. There is the Amumu ulti. Ocelot is going down low. Althor has taken down Rake. Surely we're going to see Amumu go down as well. He's somehow managing to get away. Candy is stunned. Amumu is down, and Candy gets away with 18 HP. Ocelot was fairly low there as well. Kevin's just chilling at the side with almost full health because he's Gragas after all. And, well, that didn't go to plan for Gamedde.
No, that went really bad, and they just left it too long, if anything. And if anything, they just got caught, and it was a bad place to get caught into as well. They just sort of Amumu was sort of half caught of do I use my ulti? Do I not? Do I? And then by the time he was like undecided. Malzahar got the silence bar straight across him, so he had no choice but to just stand there. Rise caught him, and then the rest of the team were like, oh, we need to save him. And Gragas was actually quite a long way away, I think, with the start of the fight, which is kind of what caught them out. And like you say, he just wasted his ulti as well. So if he'd have still got it, he'd have saved it. But, you know, it's all hindsight and all that lot. But didn't really work for them there. So 13-9. Gamedde still have that advantage with the kills. I guess I think Wicked just picked up the dragon there. Almost certainly would have. One of them could have definitely gone and soloed it quite happily. But nothing's changed because they took one inner turret. It's not the end of the world. They didn't take the base turrets. They couldn't really push any further, and nobody got the Baron out of it. So I think we're going to be back to the square one.
We're going to fight again in a big line until someone either misses their ulti.
All random, all mid. Let's go.
Yeah, actually there is a rule. I looked at the rule book actually. Just a fact for you about this tournament. If a game goes on for an extended period of time, which I'm not sure how long that is, then an admin can say, okay, there's a time limit of 30 minutes now. And whoever has taken down the most buildings wins the game.
Oh, right. Guess it forces the attacks.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you've already ahead with buildings.
Yeah, I was going to say.
To just turtle up like monsters.
What sort of time does it have to get to get to that? Because
idea.
There's only certain for so long that the buildings stay standing. Because once you're at this level, Wicked could probably walk up to the building right now and take it down pretty convincingly on his own, just tanking it. He's got double Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge.
Yeah.
Bad cheers. Vale, as they just caught it down the bottom there. Althor did manage to get caught. The ulti does go through. This is going to work out well for Gamedde. Surely does manage to get a Sonic ulti across them. Wicked will be the target. Will they manage to get him down? Yes, they do. Candy does manage to get him. Ocelot also the target now. He's going to... Oh, he's just get blown straight up. That is going to be Candy getting a double kill, and the Baron is almost certainly going to go to Gamedde. So just as we're faffing around, finally it all kicks off, just typically while we're filling overly. So that is 3-0 to Gamedde, and are they going to push the advantage? Are they going to go straight up? There is a fairly reasonable stack mid. Yes, they will go straight up there, so surely they go straight for turret. They've got 30 seconds for a 2v5. They have Baron. They need to try and get this turret down. Corki really needs to be with them, which he is doing finally coming around there. And here comes the stack. Noon is really not going to be able to do a fat lot about this. They do need Corki down with him. Oh, they're going to land the ulti onto Farfane. Not going to get him down. They do manage to get the stun down. Not enough damage, though, because, like I mentioned, Corki wasn't with them. So he does finally get there, and that would have almost certainly been a kill if Candy would have joined them. So Candy has got himself a Bloodthirster while all that was kicking off. I think they may push bottom, or they're just going to back straight away. Candy is going to come around, and he's going to realise the dragon's not there because Wicked had already taken it. So finally we saw a bit of an initiation. It's been pretty long coming, but they're going to have that Baron buff for a little period that they may be able to group up and push again.
Yeah, they've still got plenty of time on their Baron buff. Obviously, going up there maybe for what they consider at least to be somewhat of a last shot to make a bit of a push, but still, I think we're going to see one more big team fight. SK probably, going to be playing a bit more defensive, not going to go in there for a fight, obviously, while that Baron buff is still active on all these game players who are right now just doing a bit more farming. And Kevin with his, how many AP now? Above 500. 506 AP on Kevin. And obviously that's pretty much obliterating all these creeps that are coming anywhere near him. But SK, they're not really playing as defensively as I expected, in all fairness. And as I say that, of course they go back. And Farfan obviously does have that Oracle, and he's just helped to clear out some. And it looks like Gamedde maybe going to be aiming for bottom at this stage. Wicked is there with Farfan as the pings come in there. And Gamedde are surely going to start to work in. Kevin stood at the back ready to throw barrels through. And there is a first barrel. I mean, we've not seen much from Kevin in terms of throwing the barrel. Taking the aggro from the tower from there. That was an interesting one. But yeah, from putting the barrel and just leaving it behind the turret for as long as possible, because it's going to hurt when he does that. And it probably gives them a little bit more time game to get in there. Again, Farfan will take the damage, and this turret's going to go down without so much damage being done. Kevin, again, will lead the charge as they demolish this wave of minions. Now let's see if SK can hold on to this base turret.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether they're going to be able to have another poke. That Baron, Banshee's Veil, Banshee's Veil? Where, I don't know where I'm pulling that from.
Banshee's Baron.
Banshee's Baron, yeah, it's that ulti he has. But Baron buff must be close to running out, which he's probably going to run out in this fight. And they've got caught quite heavily there, I think by a double top, I think it was. A double up rise from Wicked, which is what obviously knocked him quite low on health. They are going to try and push it down. Remember, there is... Unless they're really going to commit, I don't think they're going to get this base turret. Remember, there is a big stack up top at the moment, so whether they decide to try and move up towards that or whether they're going to try and push onto it. Here we go. Minion stack is coming in again, so are they going to go in for it? There's quite a lot of Banshee's Veils still up, though. I thought he's going to get caught, so no Banshee's Veils anymore. They're going to back away. Surely he wants to... Yeah, you could see Xylo, he was backing away and he really wanted to be just straight back in there, flashing back in and ulting, but instead they're going to bait him backwards, going to pick up that red, and Wicked's going to have to come across and clear out this massive stack on the side there. That won't take him 5 seconds to do. You see he just wipes it clean, so that... yeah, that Baron buff has ran out now, so Candy's going to pick up a dragon, so probably about even in dragons now, I'd say. It's fairly even in gold all around. Tower-wise, you know, they've taken the 2 inner turrets now. So, yeah, both in the 2 inner turrets each. Have they put any poke on any of the base turrets? I don't think SK have certainly not. They've not touched that one. So, I guess Gamedde have that slight advantage. The fact that they did have the Baron, obviously gold. They've done a bit of damage to this bottom turret. And they've certainly done enough. It's whether they can win it. Remember, they are trailing 1-0. I guess the Fnatic game may well have started. If it hasn't, then they probably should do, because this is a 50-minute game already. So the teams, I think it was 6:15, so it's probably ages ago they've already got underway. So we'll try and keep you up to date on the score as and when we see it from the admins against all authorities.